Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Variable Barricade, and we're just gonna hope everything works out okay today with recording. So, just continuing Shion's route, still in the fluctuating emotions chapter thing, so. Anyway, later, after school, I walked out of the school gates intending to head home. When a notification on Whis? Who's it from? Rue. A name I didn't expect popped up on my screen. What do I do? After hesitating for a moment, I ended up replying to him. Then I got into the car that was waiting for me. It's just really weird that they're being vague about this. I'd like you to take me somewhere. I had the driver take me to where he would be waiting. They make it like he would be waiting. Okay, so probably not Shion because they would have mentioned it. Could be. Could be Rue. The only one that would be really unexpected would be if it was Leclerc. But the thing is, he doesn't have your ID, and it would be a bigger deal. Like, how the hell did he get my information? You know what I mean? So it's one of those two, probably. I don't know. A little awkward that they're trying to make it so secretive. I eventually arrived at the cafe that I went to with Shihan before, unless it's Kazu. But didn't Kasuga make us get rid of his information before the end of the common route? There I met probably Rue. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hi, Spacey. Thank you so much for coming.
That's right. It was Rue. What? Didn't see that coming. I just don't understand what the game was trying to be shady about it. He told me on Whis that he wanted to apologize for the other day, so I agreed to meet.
So, I'm really sorry about what happened. I totally ruined your date.
Oh, we're gonna be like, oh no, it's okay. He's so manipulative, this little bastard. It's okay. I'm not bothered about it.
Is Shion mad at me? I said some really mean things.
Well, he hasn't said much about it.
Nothing at all?
No.
Okay.
Judging by Shion's reactions when we saw Rue on TV, he doesn't have a very good impression of the kid, but... And neither did Ichia. I probably shouldn't tell him that. I didn't want to rub salt on his wounds. Rue already seemed so dejected. I decided to change the subject. By the way, Rue, I saw you on TV the other day.
Huh?
You were on a variety show, right? You're so popular. I was really surprised.
Thank you for saying that. But Leclerc doesn't want me as one of his angels, so it doesn't matter.
I feel like this kid is such a fucking manipulative douche. He hung his head as he spoke. He looked so pitiful, like all his self-confidence from the other day was merely an act. Rue, why do you want to be one of Leclerc's angels?
I wanted to be like Amethyst. I've thought he was beautiful for a long, long time.
I have thought he was beautiful for... That is the most awkward fucking sentence. I have thought he was... I mean, I don't... It sounds so wrong, but I don't think it is. I have thought for a long time that he was beautiful. That, it absolutely makes sense, but for some reason you're like, no, I just don't like it. It doesn't sound right, but I think it is grammatically, but it's just wrong somehow. You know what I mean? You know those sentences that you're like, I know that's technically right, but I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. I don't know if this is technically right, but it doesn't feel good. I don't know. It pops out and you're like, no, is that right? Is it? I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. Anyway, I don't know. Again, I really have no idea if that's proper grammar, but it just does not sound right. Ew.
I wanted to be like that, even before my debut as an idol. And that's why I thought that if I could be one of Leclerc's angels, I could be just as great as him.
But he didn't pass the audition. His dream meant so much to him. It must have been incredibly frustrating. It could also be maybe, like what Shion said, it's your whole attitude about, wanting to be. Because it's not like the kid isn't adorable. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have a little cherubic face, because he does. But, like, just shut your fucking mouth, because you're annoying. I don't trust him. I don't.
And that's why I was always at the photo exhibit. I went there every single day and looked at Amethyst all the time. And then you brought Shion along? He hadn't changed one bit. Amethyst was still Amethyst, even as a grown-up.
I would argue that, like, well, like, oh, look at an adorably beautiful child. He's a sexy man. And I think he has changed, because the thoughts we have of him and how goddamn beautiful he is, well, the photo was beautiful. You're like, it's a beautiful photo. It's a different type of pretty, though. You know what I mean? Different. Very vastly different.
I wanted him to like me. I wanted him to say I was amazing and cute. And then maybe if he liked me enough, he'd introduce me to the cleric, and I could be an angel like him.
I feel like he's manipulating us because he thinks because we have a uterus, we're going to fall for this shit. She might, kid, no. I would not have given my WIS ID to a 9-year-old. But, you know, that's just me. But, you know, then the plot wouldn't continue, so. His thought process was childish and more than a little self-serving. I mean, he is 9, so childish, yes. However, his feelings were so unvarnished that I couldn't dislike him. Really? Kinda. Rue's genuine and dedicated pursuit of his dreams is very impressive. I mean, alright. Compared to me, at least. Ever since I was a child, I've only done what I had to do. I never had any dreams.
So, are you and Shion like boyfriend and girlfriend?
What? No?
Oh, it's okay. I got it. You don't have to worry. Amethyst is world famous after all. I'll keep it a secret.
No, sweetie, you've got it all.
Oh, also, I have a favor to ask you.
He's not even listening to me. Yeah, he's self-serving. He's giving you a sob story, and then he's like, anyway,
here's what I need you to do. Okay, thanks. I really want to make up with Shion somehow. I at least want to try to say sorry in person.
Oh, don't give him our address, girl. Don't invite him over. Oh, no.
I was upset and said some mean things. I don't want my hero to think badly of me.
Maybe true. May also be full of bullshit. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both.
I know I'm asking you for a big, big favor, but please help me see him again somehow.
Rue put his hands together pleadingly and looked at me with desperation. Girl, this is where you don't side with the 9-year-old that you just met, who's probably manipulating you. You side with the man that you're going to marry. I'm just saying. His words conveyed sincerity, and I was genuinely surprised to see how serious it was. I mean, okay, like, if your man that you're going to marry is, like, kicked a kid in the shins or some shit, then maybe don't side with him. But I'm just saying, in this instance, Shion just being a little, like, perturbed about it, you're like, he has a right to not want to talk to you or talk about his past. You know what I mean? We kind of egged him on, like, pushed him to, like, do it. Like, hey, just answer the kid's questions. And then he did, and now he's uncomfortable, and we need to stop. We took him to a cat cafe once to torture him. That's enough. We don't have to get, like, 6 cats. You know what I mean? Steps out of line, we take him to a cat cafe. I'm just saying. Oh. If I think about Shion's feelings in all of this, it's probably best to refuse, but no buts. Exactly. It's hard to say no to Rue because I know how he feels. All right, I'll do what I can.
Really? Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Now, how am I going to get Shion to meet with him? You're going to have to lie. Rue may have been beaming with joy, but I had a splitting headache. Like, secret clandestine rendezvous with a 9-year-old, like... Okay, obviously no choices in that one, so... let's see. I am gonna guess... Oh, no, we got a WIS message. Okay, well, we go to that then. Boop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for introducing me to Shion. I'm so glad I asked you.
All I can do is take you to his photography exhibit. That's it.
It's fine. I'll do my best from there. I'm sorry that I interrupted your date, though.
It's okay. It didn't really matter, to be honest. I never had a dream the way you have yours, Rue. But if you're serious about it, I want to do what I can to help. I mean, like, that's a nice thought. Like, you've got dreams, kid, and I want to do what I can to help. But also, you're, like, making Shion bothered and upset. So, I don't know.
Spacey?
I hope you get to apologize properly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. About tomorrow.
Yes?
Never mind. It's nothing. I'm gonna do my best to make my dreams come true. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow. What is Shion? Well, she said Shion's photo, so did Shion? Is Shion like a photographer? Is he having a thing? Anyway, Amethyst, who forgives all. At Rue's request, I arranged for him to meet Shion, but someone else is waiting when he arrives. Oh God, it's his dad. Yeah. I'm sorry, but in the Wisp message where Rue was like, yeah, never mind. I was like, oh, you better not invite Leclerc. You better not fucking tell him about this. Oh no, Rue. Oh no, Rue. Don't. But you know what? It's not like, I thought I was doing it to be nice. No, it's like, I'm going to bring him or get him there, and then you can tell him, and then it's self-serving, 100%, because that is really going to fuck, I don't think Shion's going to like this. Oh, God. Amethyst, who forgives all. Yup. Okay. Play this event. Yup. Okie dokie. That weekend, Shion and I walked side by side. He was in a good mood. It's not going to last. Oh, that's not going to last very long.
I'm so glad you asked me on a date, Spacey. Though lately I feel like you've been avoiding me.
Yeah, because, like, this is going to be bad. No, I haven't been. Yeah, okay, he is going to, I feel like he's going to get mad and upset, and this is where the whole thing is going to, okay. All right. Okay, we're ruining whatever good rapport we have with him by doing this. Really? We side with a 9-year-old? Oh, good God. I get it. What she's thinking, this kid has a dream, and so let's just let him apologize to Shion. It'll make him feel better, and then, like, maybe Shion will be uncomfortable for a few minutes. You just don't see what's happening here, like, all the shit that's gonna go down that's just... Okay.
Really? Oh, okay. Anyway, this is your 3rd time now, isn't it? You must have really enjoyed the exhibition and want to go back again.
And I can't believe Shion wants to go back. You know what I mean? That he's like, this is where we met that weird kid, and that weird kid's probably gonna be here, and it's my father's shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I get it. We're setting this up for Rue, but doesn't that seem a little selfishly weird? Like, we're, like, trying to get Shion someplace where Rue can apologize. But, like, so we know that Shion and Leclerc are related, that this is actually his legit father, not just suspected, is his father. And you're like, now you know this, and you're like, hey, you want to go back to your dad's exhibit and relive this shit? Oh, and remember that kid that accosted you? He's probably going to be there too. Like, I mean, but also, Shion, what the fuck is wrong with you that you'd be like, could we not do something else? Like, I'm not so comfortable with that. But then Shion would have to tell you why he's not comfortable with that, and so I'm sure he's just like, okay. I don't think looking at photos of himself bothers him, and I think he's blocked a lot of it out, but I guarantee you, you know it bothers him deep down inside. And this is going to be, okay, this is where it's all going to come out. Whoo, boy. All right. Anyway. Yep, sure did. Today's the last day to see it, so...
You seem kind of nervous, Spacey.
What? No, I'm not.
Is it because we're on a date? Now that I think about it, this is the first time you've asked me out.
Yeah, this is why you should be suspicious, Shion.
You're so cute.
You've got the wrong idea. He smiled at me pleasantly, then smoothly took my hand again. We were just about to start walking again.
What? Is that who I think it is?
Rue!
Wow, what a coincidence! I didn't think I'd see you again!
Does he sound like he's acting badly? Yep, it's a coincidence, all right. Shion now is like, the look on Shion's face is like, I don't fucking think so. That's right. The real reason I asked Shion on a date was to get him to meet Rue again. Of course, I feel bad for deceiving him. You should. But this was the only plan I could think of. You're gonna feel worse, don't worry.
Spacey.
Wow, I'm so surprised to see you here, Rue. It must be kismet.
But you know what? I was hoping we'd run into each other again, because I go to the photo exhibition every day.
Which, you know what I mean? Like, hi. Again, Shion, should have not. Sweetie, there's only room in this man harem for one fucking idiot, and that's Nayuta. He's literally negative brain cells, okay? We can't afford to have anybody else be kind of stupid, okay? We just can't. The world will implode. You cannot be this dumb. I know you're beautiful, and I know not all the beautiful ones can be smart. Like, some of the beautiful ones have to be kind of stupid, okay? But, like, no. I expect better of you, Shion. You should have fucking seen this coming. You should have been like, oh, we're going to the photo exhibition where that kid is that's obsessed with... You know what? That's probably not a good idea. He's probably going to be there. You should have assumed. You should have fucking assumed. Shion, I'm just saying, this is not the time that assumptions make asses of you and me. Your non-assumptions has made raging fucking ass of you. Because we did this on purpose. I'm just saying, you should have seen this coming. Yeah, anyway. Rue scanned Shion's expression like he was trying to ascertain whether he was in a good mood.
Shion?
Shion's just glaring at this child.
I'm really sorry about before. I know I said those mean things, but Amethyst is my hero. Honestly. I understand if you hate me, but I really don't want you to. I'm really, really sorry.
Is he really, though? I don't know. Maybe a little bit, but also... Like, I am sorry I hurt your feelings, but I'm mostly sorry because now you're not going to help me. This isn't working, is it? Should I help Rue out? No, if I say something, it'll probably just complicate things. As I watched in suspense, Shion glanced over at me. With her awkward look on her face, like... We looked at each other for a moment, then... Fine, I accept your apology. Shion now is finally clued in, and he's like, you did this on purpose so this kid could apologize. Fine, I'll accept the kid's apology. Are we done now? Go ahead, ever talk to this kid again?
Really?
Good for you, Shion. And now we're going somewhere else.
What?
Because you're here.
Aw, come on!
Shion is a little bit me. And we're going somewhere else because there were children here. Like, specifically this child, but like me in general. Shion, wait, I really do want to see Leclerc's photos one more time. We could at least do a quick go-round. If that's what you want. Okay, we're like... We set this up. Can you at least... Oh. I mean, if we don't bring him in, he's not going to see his father, and it's going to be terrible. Well, I mean, it's going to be great for him, but terrible for the game, but... I just feel so... We're being so mean to him. This is so awful. I feel so bad for him right now. Bird, do not attack my headset. Jesus. Shion nodded in agreement when I asked him again, though he seemed reluctant. Oh, Shion, my poor baby. I feel bad for you. The gallery was more crowded than before, since it was the last day of the exhibition. It was easy to see just how popular Leclerc was by the exhibition's success. I guess Leclerc isn't going to be here after all. Shion's like, we really need to leave.
What a pity. I really wanted his autograph. I was sure he'd show up on the final day.
Doesn't the artist often show up at these kinds of solo exhibitions? And if we thought about that, don't you think we should not have brought Shion? Oh, I think we're doing something nice. Like, they can reconnect. I think maybe we should mind our own fucking business. Or if we thought about that, like, if we were going to be that person, we could have been like, so, like, Shion's never told us this was his dad. We could have brought it up and been like, so this is going to be really weird, but, like, I read something about Amethyst, and like, and he's, you know, and then just kind of bring it up that like, is he your dad? And like if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I'm sorry, I should have asked. And then he'd be like, yeah, he is, and like, whatever. And you're like, okay, let's not talk about it. Like, oh, do you like miss the fact that you don't see your dad? You know? And then he's gonna be like, no, fuck that shit. And then you would know not to do this. I'm just saying communication. I know we think we're, like, doing something nice, but, like, we've never communicated with him about his father. Although, to be fair, I guess, to us, he was like, oh, yeah, he's eccentric and weird and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like, the man's a bastard who can rot in hell. That when you found out it was his dad, you're like, I get the feeling that he doesn't ever want to see him. Shion was always like, oh, yeah, he's a little kooky and crazy, but we always got along and blah, blah, blah. And he seems fine about it, so I guess you wouldn't really think that this was going to, like, upset him. You know? So I guess fair. But I just feel like we know this is not going to be good for poor Shion. It's alright. Something has to happen to, like, rile this shit up. Make him second guess being with us. Run away like Ichiya did. Ichiya came back, though. It's okay. We hadn't chipped. We would have found him. He absolutely won't come. If he has time to interact with fans, then he has time to create. And that's what he'd rather be doing. I see.
Oh, is that what Leclerc's really like?
Xian's like, why are you still here?
Tell me more about him. I'm such a huge fan. I want to know everything.
It's confidential. And it didn't look like Xian really trusted Rue. I don't blame Xian. I feel like we're the only ones. Xian and Ichia right now spot on. Nayuta just is an idiot. So he like loves and trusts everybody. He's a golden retriever, he's a labradoodle, whatever. It's fine. You know, we don't trust his judgment, okay? But like Taiga didn't say shit, but like Xian and Ichia are both like, no, with this kid, and I'm with them, okay? She's just like doing the girl bullshit and like, oh, he's a cute child. Look, not everyone that has a uterus thinks every child is cute, okay? Some of us are like, nah, fuck that shit. Punt it, okay? I'm just saying. Just because she has a uterus doesn't mean she can't be a little more discerning about Shady Child. Just because Shady Child is kind of adorable, you're like, look, he's kind of adorable. He's got a little cherubic face, but oh, he's a demon inside. Girl, see it. Especially over Xion. Come on. But again, there wouldn't be any, like, angst, and poor Xion wouldn't be antagonized by anyone. We didn't like Kojiro, though, you know what I mean? We were like, you're shady as fuck. But this 9-year-old is like, oh, he's just an innocent kid. Girl, stop it. His attitude toward Rue was extremely cold, unlike his interactions with me. But Rue didn't give up and plowed full steam ahead. I couldn't get involved in this. We also don't ask as many questions and dig up as much shit as Rue does, you know what I mean? And Xion made the choice to kind of reveal to us that he was Amethyst. I don't think he really hides it. But, like, I don't also think he wants people to know. You know what I mean? But he's like, oh, yeah, no, that's me. Okay, cool. If anybody, he might not have admitted it to anybody else as openly. But, like, Rue screaming it out and, like, Rue being upset. Now he's like, okay, this is weird. Like, you I didn't want to trust with that. And so I turned my attention away from them and focused on the photos.
I really wish you could tell me more stuff. Like, who's this redheaded model? What are they like?
I don't know who they are. He's totally lying. He told me that model's name is Ruby. Well, then he's Amethyst. That doesn't mean he knows who they are, aside from...
Okay, I get it. I can't ask anything related to Leclerc. But that means you can tell me about yourself.
For an idol, this kid sure doesn't know when to quit. I mean, he's also 9, so child brain. He's not the smartest fucking crayon in the box. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Rue wasn't at all deterred and kept up his barrage of questions, like a typical child.
Do you still go to school, Xion? Or do you work? You're probably old enough to work. What's your job?
People pay me to look beautiful. Oh no, he asked that question. So yeah, I guess my job is being Spacey's pet. He has no shame about being a pet, and I love how he just threw that out there. He's like, that's a little bit of payback for this bullshit, girl. You know what? I can't blame you. Come again?
Pet? You're not boyfriend and girlfriend?
Of course I want that to happen eventually.
So what's your job?
I told you, being Spacey's pet. I thought Nayuta was our pet. Oh, he's the family pet. Never mind. My duties are taking care of her hair, greeting her when she comes home, and much more.
So,
he's on a long summer break, but for adults. I had to intervene. Rue looked up at me with confusion. Who's gonna go on social media? What does it mean if a man is a woman's pet? Oh, dear God. It's gonna be fun. Let go, kid! No more questions! I feel like Xion absolutely threw that out there to be like, what? Basically what I am. And also, did that make you uncomfortable? Welcome to my fucking world.
Oh, I see. Grown-ups sure can do lots of things.
Yeah. Thank God we haven't done those things. I wouldn't want Xion to tell you that. Thankfully, Rue read my mind. I really was impressed at what a clever kid he was. And yet he doesn't know when to shut his fucking mouth and stop asking questions. On the other hand, Xion wore a perfectly composed smile. He's used to this, so doing that, you know what I mean? Putting on the perfectly composed face. That was intentional. Yep. He totally settled that on purpose. Uh-huh. Was it payback for deceiving him earlier? Ding, 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 ding. Get the girl a fucking prize. Or was it to disillusion Rue? Maybe it was both. If that's the way he wanted it, then I wasn't going to help him out next time he needed it. Rue looked askance at me, but continued his questions.
So, Xian, you don't model anymore, do you? I bet if you went back to modeling now, you'd be super popular instantly. I'm not interested. Besides, Spacey takes up my full attention now.
I think that's enough of that.
We're still on our date, right? Despite the third wheel, let me have a little fun.
Seriously now! During this exchange, we arrived at the area where Amethyst's photo was displayed. Like, we just keep going back to this. As soon as we did, my eyes went to the photo. I had seen it in the brochure countless times now, but seeing it in person... This photo is extraordinary.
I'm glad you like it, but the real thing is right here, you know.
Snap. If he isn't fucking right. Like, well, the photo's beautiful, but the real thing, the adult version of the real thing is in front of you, girl. You and the photo are... But then suddenly, a flash of white light blinded my vision. What was that?
Get back, Spacey.
Xian stepped in front of me before I could ask what was going on. It looked like he was trying to protect me.
Who are you? Suddenly shoving a camera in someone's face is rather disrespectful.
Sorry, just one more shot! A camera? Once I blinked the flash away, I saw a man standing right next to us, holding a camera at the ready. Why is he taking our photo? What in the world does he want? He sees Xian and the,
Hey, paparazzo, are you listening? Don't be mean to them, Mr. Take! You're being sneaky! They don't want you to take their picture!
Oh, this is what Rue set up. Rue set this up.
Here, you come in and take their photo when we're there, and then I'll stand up and then they'll think I'm a hero.
What a shady bastard! But bravo, kid, for being a shady bastard. Genius thinking. Well, hey, if it isn't little Rue. Sorry, but I can't let a scoop like this pass me by, right?
Yeah, okay, but...
I was taken aback. Their exchange made them sound like acquaintances. From the sound of things, the man talking to Rue seemed to be a reporter.
We've been set up.
What? So can I ask you a few questions? How's this for a headline? Legendary model Amethyst's secret jaunt to Japan. You won't believe what he has to say about his past. How dare you? Where the fuck is Kasuga? Kasuga will take him down. Well, maybe not for Xian's sake, but he'll do it for me.
It's okay, Spacey. Don't say anything. How about you start off with your business card? I have no idea who you are or what publication you're with.
Oh, sure, here you are.
VB Publications, huh?
As
I said, I don't like it when people take my photo without permission, and I'm not answering any of your questions.
But this is great opportunity, just felt...
You didn't just happen to see me. You were waiting for me. Besides, Leclerc's models, and particularly those in the Angel series, are all under contract. We can't disclose anything that happened back then. Ever.
He looks so sad. Like, ethereally, beautifully sad right now. Don't you just want to, hold him and pet him and just be like, how dare you? Don't make him sad. Don't make my beautiful face sad! He's beautiful when he's sad, though. Those foreign contracts are pretty strict. That's a toughie.
How about you just take some pictures of Xian without asking him questions? Like, you just happened to see a beautiful guy at the exhibition, so you took his photo. And that way it's not a problem with the contract.
No, that's an idea. I'll set it up where he's just standing in front of the Amethyst photo. I won't write that he's actually Amethyst, but people will get the gist just by looking at him. Right, kid?
Yeah, like that.
Great idea. All right, now let's have you... This is bad. I don't like it one bit. I know. I'll say I'm from the Tojo family. That should put a stop to this immediately.
Fine. On one condition. You must promise not to take any photos of her. The same goes for the pictures you just took. Don't use any of the ones she's in for your article.
Of course, no sweat. But while we're on the topic, who is she?
You may also not ask questions about her. If you can't follow my rules, you don't get your photo op.
Poor Shion, he's putting himself out there for me. We'll be like, Shion, don't do this. I'll call Kasuga. It'll be fine. Alright, you don't have to tell me twice. Shion then followed the photographer's direction and stood in front of the amethyst picture. I could only stand back and watch from a distance. We did this to him. This is so sad. Okay, next let's get a photo with your buddy, Rue.
Wow, really? Yay!
Rue did this on purpose just so he could... Oh my god, what a conniving little bastard. Poor Shion, look how sad he looks. Oh, stop it! I really love all of our trash boyfriends in this. I really do. This game is great. I mean, Shion and Ichio were the ones that I was like, they're beautiful. I love them both, right? And like... But like, and Nayuta's just so fucking charming. Taiga actually grows on you. I'm sure his rod's gonna be great. But like, I just... Every single time they do this, you're like, no, stop! Don't hurt his feelings! He has feelings, even though he pretends he doesn't. Like, oh, he's so sad on the inside. I just want to protect him. Like, you need to protect Nayuta. You're like, no, he's too dumb. Stop. Don't yell at him. If you throw the ball in the river, he'll drown. He's dumb enough to chase it. Stop. You know? And like Shion, you're like, no, stop. He hurts inside. I just feel like he does. Oh god, this game is great. Anyway, soon the impromptu photo shoot ended.
Remember to keep your word. Otherwise...
Hey, pal, I told you, I got it. No worries. That wasn't even his voice. Anyway.
All right, Spacey, let's go.
But,
come on.
Shion took my hand and began moving to escape the people who'd started to gather around us. When I looked back at Rue, I saw him together with the reporter. He looks sad, like he's trying to put a sad, innocent face, but he's a lying sack of shit. Rue appeared to have an apologetic expression, but he quickly looked away and huddled with the reporter. I've been had, but it was too little too late. We gotta do something to make it up to him now. After leaving the gallery, we decided to seek refuge at the cafe for a moment. I knew there were no reporters and cameras here, but I still felt anxious and couldn't relax. This is all my fault. I have to apologize to Shion.
Sorry that took so long, but everything's fine now.
Shion came and sat across from me as I stared at the tabletop. What were you doing?
I gave Jeeves a call. I told him about what happened earlier.
Shion calling Kasuga. What did I say? We should call Kasuga, and he thought of it. Jeeves and Jeeves and Shion don't get along. Seriously, though, they hate each other, and, like, yet Shion called him up. I'm just saying.
If we use the Tojo influence, there'll definitely be no mention of you in the article.
I can't believe he thought that far ahead while I just sat here freaking out. Thinking about what he did for me, I said, are you mad? Well, both of them are good. Are you mad? Yeah, look at that giant sword. With the power of the moon on it. Are you mad? Shion's sigh sounded so serious and intense. But thinking about it logically, I couldn't blame him. There was no way he wouldn't be angry with me after everything I'd done. I'm so sorry.
You're like a sad puppy. It's so cute.
At a time like this, I'm being serious here.
I know. You're a good person, Spacey, but it's okay. I'm not mad.
Really?
Regardless of the kid, you didn't know about the reporter, did you? I could tell by how you reacted. So don't apologize. In fact, I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't I be? I should have known that if I showed up somewhere involving Leclerc that something like that could happen. Nowadays it's not as intense as it used to be, but there have been several previous instances where the same thing happened.
Oh, I see.
What did that kid say to you anyway?
He said he really looked up to Amethyst, and that he had for a long, long time. So he didn't want you to hate him. He knew he had done something wrong and wanted to apologize. I believed him! I didn't think he was lying. But it didn't matter, because like a sentimental fool, I believed him.
Actually, I think he meant it.
You do?
He's probably always honest, no matter what, so I don't think what he said to you was a lie, Spacey. But his desire to be the next Amethyst eclipses everything. Like he said, there's only a limited amount of time to become one of Leclerc's angels. So I think he was more desperate than we realized. Using the reporters one way to go about it, he connected himself with me and got some promotion.
Are you mad at Rue?
I am, because he got you mixed up with this. But other than that, I'm fine.
Shion is like such a good soul. Like, you know what I mean? He just like, but it's like, I feel like you're such a good soul, but you're sad on the inside. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, this is just my life. He's like a sad little Eeyore on the inside and like putting on a beautiful face on the outside. Stop it.
It's a beautiful thing to see someone who won't back down and just goes for it, so I don't mind.
That was a very Shion thing to say.
But as I said, I'm the one at fault for all of this.
No, not really, at all.
And normally I would have handled everything better, but I'm aware that I was too cruel this time.
You think so?
Yes, I was irritated that he ruined my date with you, Spacey. The kid had no other choice but to use you. I'm the one that made him go that far. That's why I'm the one who should apologize. I'm sorry I got you involved in all of this. I know it was overwhelming.
He's too good for us. He might be slight trash, but like, no, oh, like, why are you up? No, like this. Okay. Shion understands what it means to be used. That particular brand of pain was extremely familiar to me as well. You know, and that's where we bond. But also, yeah. And his desperation to be needed. And like, even though like all of his like patron relationships, whatever, are like, oh, I get something out of it and they get something out of it. It's like, but you're like, and we were like, but you're using each other. And he's like, what? No. And it's like, kinda. But I mean, you're both benefiting from it. So that's your choice. Like, no, I'm fine with it. But I wonder if he's really like totally fine. He's like, yeah, no, it's okay. It's not what I want in life, but it's fine for now. You know what I mean? I couldn't blame Shion when I thought about it. It's not your fault. Or that's why all those relationships worked, because I get something, they get something. Where normally situations like this, it's like, these people get something and I just get harassed. You know?
Spacey.
It's my fault for being naive enough to fall for it. So I'll be more careful from now on. I stated this with firm determination, and Shion gave me a smile full of mixed emotions, or just tried talking to him about the shit.
I never wanted you to feel like this when you're with me.
He then reached across the table and... Oh my god, do we get a CG? It's going white. Ah! He's holding my hands. It's so cute. Look at his beautiful face. Jesus. He gently took my hands. Yeah, his eyes are super fucking purple in this. He's goddamn beautiful. Stop it.
Let me look me in the eyes for a moment. Please don't look away. Just listen to me.
I'd been so flustered that I almost unconsciously pulled my hands away. But then Shion said that, all while staring at me unblinking. What? Where is this coming from? And we're in public. Honestly, I felt so embarrassed I wanted to run away. But with our hands together and fingers entwined, I couldn't get out of it. I can't look away.
I know you're stubborn, Spacey, and I know it's because of your position. I've seen a lot of people like that in my life. But you know, those people were also good at loosening up. As far as I can tell, though, you're not very good at doing that, Spacey. Actually, scratch that. Maybe you're just too hard on yourself. You think it's wrong to depend on someone or to let them spoil you.
Words failed me. It dawned on me that I hadn't been able to choose how I lived my life. Shion squeezed my hands a little tighter. We also don't even pick out our own clothes. I'm just saying. It was as if he was holding me up, so to speak.
And that's why I want to take care of you, Spacey. I'll accept you wholly as you are and protect that that vulnerable heart of yours. I want you to feel safe with me.
Stop it. I love him.
If you keep taking everything on yourself, one day you'll reach your limit and collapse, you know? Or maybe I'm no good for you.
Am I not able to comfort you? I looked into Shion's eyes as he whispered that to me, and I knew he was truly Amethyst who forgives all. Mesmerized by his eyes, I said, Barricade battle! Oh, we're gonna lose this shit! Oh! Oh! Oh, there's like lines in these. Should I never? I don't know if I ever noticed that. Because I can hear it in my headset. I'm like, my TV's usually so quiet, but... I don't ever notice the voices. Oh, God. You're not bad for me. But... You're not bad for me, but... I just... don't know what to do with you. My throat was dry, perhaps because of my nerves. Mine is also dry. In spite of that, I was able to push through and tell him how I felt. Then Shion fell silent for some reason. Maybe he didn't hear me. We're not far apart, though. Well, I've got a problem. Huh? I really want to kiss you right now. What? May I? No, wait! Oh my God, no! Now you can't let my hands go! Oh, now you can let my hands go, right? Now you can let my hands go. Nope. I quietly pleaded with him, but he just leisurely shook his head. I'm holding off on kissing you, so let me do this a little longer. You're like, it's not that you're bad for me, I just don't know what to do with you. Now I need to kiss you. What the fuck? I love that, though. Is he seriously trying to bargain with me? How much longer? I'll let you know when. Shion stared right at me the whole time, and with such a loving gaze. My hands gradually began to sweat as I looked directly into his eyes. Are we done yet? Not yet. We stayed in that same position for a while. You're like, I would like to drink my coffee. I'll just bend down and put my face in my cup. In the end, the only photos that got published in the weekly magazine were of Shion and Rue. Was it because of Shion's threat? Or thanks to Kasuga pulling some strings? Or the two of them? Talk about a dream team. Huh? The news caused a stir in a small portion of media outlets, but died down quickly. One morning...
Spacey, I need your help, please! Shion has things to do this morning, but he's still asleep. Could you wake him up for me, please?
Again... Sighing, I glanced up at the clock. I had plenty of time before I had to leave. But, do we even want to go to Shion's room and wake him up? No, not today.
What? Come on!
After Nayuta had trudged upstairs, I finished my breakfast as usual. Better get going. Morning. Just then, Shion came downstairs. He must have finally finished getting ready. But he was by himself. Where's Nayuta? Oh, you know. Poor Nayuta. Just so you know, given the choice, I'd rather be woken up by you, Spacey. Not gonna happen. You came to wake me up before, though. That was then. This is now. I feel quite differently than I did at that time. I put an end to the conversation and made a beeline for the door. And then... Have a good day. Don't be gone long, okay? I'll miss you. As I passed him, Shion smiled at me like a flower unfurling in bloom. The moment I caught that smile, my face flamed with the heat of 1,000 suns. Catch you later! I quickly walked out of the house and made my escape without daring to look back at him. Catch you later! Awkwardly. Stop it. My heart really can't take this. He knows what he's doing. Right after I left the house, I crouched with my head in my hands, just like I did before. I had to, otherwise I wouldn't be able to keep my cool. Why am I always like this around Shion? Even after everything, it's still happening? Ugh! How did I ever live before? Kasuga looks so unhappy. I'm looking at Kasuga's eyes is over here like, I'll fucking drown him in the pool.
on, Miss Spacey. We don't want to be late.
I'm coming! I suddenly looked up at the sound of Kasuga's calm voice. It's okay. Everything's all right. You got this. That's right. You're still hanging on. Yeah, just about, I think. Kasuga's over there like, Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're almost to a second board. Confidence and conviction. Yeah, okay. I mean, obviously, but... After we return home from a date, Shion runs into Kasuga. The two of them have a chat. A chat! I'm here for this. Kasuga. Anyway.
What? You and Shion went on another date together?
But you didn't accept when I asked you out. Ugh, no! Today was not a date! Oh, was it? It's personal. When we came home after being out, we were immediately bombarded with questions. And it was still the same now, even after we had dinner. Anyway, I had something to do today and I needed Shion's help, so we...
She locked eyes with me. But then Spacey's face flushed red and she looked away from me.
Okay, so where's Shion now?
I wonder if she's thinking about us. How cute.
What are you smiling at?
Oh, nothing.
Ugh!
She was so charming. I couldn't help but smile wider, even though I knew it would upset her more. When I looked at the clock, I noticed it was already 9 p.m. Now should be a good time. Well, I'm gonna head up to my room.
What? You going to bed already?
We had a big day today. I'd like to revel in my happiness alone for a bit.
Revel? What in the world does that mean? Explain yourself!
What happened? I need to know!
Sounds interesting. Let's hear it then.
You won't be quiet! I slipped out of the living room just as everyone broke out into an uproar.
Revel in my happiness for a bit.
Mr. Mayuzumi? I bumped into Jeeves unexpectedly right then.
I expected it, and I'm happy for it.
I've taken care of the matter from earlier.
Kasuga's like, I hate this. I hate having to do anything for you. Taking her away from me. Again, I don't know what our relationship is really with Kasuga, but I'm just going until we get there and the game bitch slaps me in the face. I'm in love with Kasuga and Kasuga's in love with me, goddammit, okay? Listen! I need to have my cake for a while. Since I'm not going to be able to eat it, I just want to stare at it, alright?
I see. Thank you. There's no reason to thank me. It's only natural that I protect Miss Spacey. Huh. You're not upset with me? Regarding what, sir? You know it's my fault for getting her into that situation, right? I thought you'd at least take the opportunity to impart one of your snide remarks.
Oh, I'm wondering if it's the phone call. Like, okay, so this is after the date today. Okay.
Here's how I see it. In this instance, the matter was brought about by Miss Spacey's actions. It had nothing to do with your situation. Interesting. Oh, great. I'm glad I can count on you for next time. Whatever do you mean? Well, once Spacey and I get married, this kind of thing is bound to happen again, right?
Oh, Kasuga's gonna kill you! Oh, danger! Shion, stop! Don't poke the angry rabbit!
She's definitely gonna choose me. She may not be able to put it into words yet, but her heart is set on me.
Kind of. I mean, that's what we're here for.
You know, in Japan we call that counting your tanuki hides before you catch them.
With an Irish accent. Anyway.
Doesn't ring a bell. You know nothing about Miss Spacey. And it's true that she's taken a great interest in you as of late. However, it's nothing more than that.
I love how, like, he was not like this with Nayuta. He was like, okay, he's your bodyguard, and then we're married. I was like, wait, what? And now he's like, I will kill you if you touch her. And then we're like, I'm gonna marry Shion, and he's like... Oh my god. random man gets attacked on the street. It's Kasuga. He's just beating the fuck out of people randomly. He just punches random people when he's... How is he going to deal with, like... Oh, God, Kasuga. Oh, God. There's going to be, like, a string of unending murders, and it's going to be Kasuga just imagining Shion every time he stabs someone. Look, I'm just saying, if this was a horror game, Shion would be dead in the living room. He'd be dead in the hallway right now. Kasuga would just be standing there with, like, a fucking blunt object come and be like, I don't know what happened. He fell. And no one would ever say anything against him because I'm just saying Kasuga is motherfucking shady. I love it so much.
But I sincerely hope you two can have a long relationship together. There's the snide comment. Whatever, it's fine. I have my own way of doing things.
That's a really thing. Yeah, she's interested in you. Oh, but I hope you have a long relationship. Like, and we will. Oh, Kasuga. Oh, Kasuga, you don't even... Oh, I love him so much, but...
When I got back to my room, I made a quick call. It's been a while since I've talked to her. I'm sure she'll pick up at this hour, though. As I thought this, the phone connected. Hi, Eureka. How have you been? Have you had lunch already? Oh, that's good. Listen, I need a favor. It's urgent. So, Leclerc had an exhibition here for his photos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like always. But this time around something happened and I had to take some photos. The guy said he'd keep quiet about the fact that I'm Amethyst, but I'm not sure he'll actually do that. I'm sorry to ask, but could you have your office handle things? Thank you. I'd expect nothing less from such a capable president. Huh? No way. I don't want to do that anymore. Yes, I'm fine. I'm doing well. And it sounds like things are going well over there, too. I'm glad to hear it. Mm-hmm. I guess so. I think I'll stay in Japan for a while. Who knows? I might not go back there again. That's a secret. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks again. That's that then. Still, I wonder how much longer these old photos are going to haunt me. I suppose it's good that Leclerc's photos have a lasting impression, but that's also why things are complicated. But it ended up bringing her and I closer, so overall it was a good thing. You know nothing about Miss Spacey.
And we know nothing about you, Kasuga, but it doesn't stop us from loving her, does it?
I wasn't so arrogant that I thought I knew every single thing about her. But if that's the case, then I should make an effort to
know moving forward. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That just came out weird. Anyway.
I should understand her better. No. Oh, no less than that. Jeeves exaggerates every word he says. I wonder if he enjoys threatening others.
Yes! I think he does!
But anyway, Spacey was so cute just now.
Or, I mean, Kasuga could also be, and I don't want you to wingman me like this, Kasuga. I want you to take me for yourself. Again, I'm going to be concerned about these comments and later what happens, but but you know what I mean? He could also be like, oh yeah, you don't know shit about her, you punk-ass bitch. And then, Shion steps the fuck up. Kasuga's, needling people, oh, if I just say, hey, you should take a chance to get to know her better, he's not going to do anything. But if I'm like, yeah, you loser, you know nothing, then Shion's going to do shit. You know what I mean? He knows how to fucking, get what he wants out of people. The man could fucking take over the world, is all I'm saying. None of us would complain.
Spacey was so cute just now. I chuckled softly to myself, remembering how red she turned just from making eye contact with me. I'm excited to get to know a new side of her again tomorrow.
Confidence and conviction clear. She on board 3! Woo! Oh, look at how complicated this motherfucker is. Anyway. Typical. It is weird because then these are the two happy end ones, and then this is the bad end one, I guess, over here. Yeah, because they're not connected. So, a great pair. Well, we got a few minutes. We might as well start. I'm going to assume. Yep. Okay. Shion reminisces on the impression he got when he first saw me. It reminds him of. ... Yours. It was close to midnight.
It makes sense that no one's here at this hour. I'm not tired at all. Probably because I took that nap. What should I do?
Okay, so we're Shion again.
I walked over to the table and noticed a familiar booklet lying there. It was the brochure for the Leclerc exhibition. Come to think of it, I haven't looked at this one properly yet. I'd seen the real work so many times in my life that I never had any interest. But boredom got the best of me and I picked up the brochure for no particular reason. These really do take me back. I suddenly stopped turning the pages. Amethyst. Claude always said, never flatter, never conform. Be who you are, always. And this is important because angels are a representation of an idealized existence to humans. So you must not be someone's specific ideal. That's all he wanted from me. The work of art he created as a result has now achieved worldwide acclaim.
But, I mean, if you think about it, the work of art he created, this is, like, twofold considering the fact that you're his goddamn son. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
And that didn't change after I stopped modeling. And many people sought to find traces of amethyst within me.
I don't know who's saying, I need you. Forgive me for everything, just like in that photo. Bring me relief.
The man who pulled me into my lifestyle with patrons was that sort of person. Although, he tried to keep me close using methods that aren't allowed in society, such as abducting me and locking me up.
What the fuck? You can't just drop that game. Shion, what the fuck?
I had just graduated from
lychee? What is that? Anyway, isn't that a berry? I don't like. I can't with the. I don't know. Anyway,
and I honestly don't remember much about that time.
What, Shion?
Even though I was confined, I was free to move around inside the house, and he listened to everything I asked for.
But you were capped. Oh, Shion, you.
All he wanted was for Amethyst to forgive him. In the end, we parted ways amicably, so I guess it wasn't a waste living with him like that.
You were imprisoned! Shion! I mean, that's a way to positive spin on being kidnapped, but like... Okay.
However, from then on there were problems.
Like, that wasn't the problem. Okay.
When word got out that I'd been living with him in that peculiar way, many other people begged me to live with them. I got to know them, they needed me, and I gave them what they wanted. Then we'd part ways, and as soon as one was over with, another one was waiting for me.
So it's more like, yeah, I get things that I want from them, and they get what they want, and I'm sad, because it's not, oh, he kind of is being used in a way.
Perhaps it was due to the quality of that photo. The only people who sought me out were wealthy and who understood the value of things. It's not like I intentionally planned it out. It always started with an invitation from the other person. I never had any particular reason to refuse, and I was just trying to enjoy myself however I could.
Oh, this is... Oh, Shion. Oh, sweetie, you need therapy.
Not that I haven't questioned those circumstances of mine. But the people who sought me out had one thing in common.
Thank you, Shion. Just having you by my side is enough for me. Please listen to me, Shion. I can only talk to you about this.
Amethyst, who forgives all. They didn't look at me like I was another human. It was more like they saw me as something supernatural.
That's why he wants us to look at him like a normal human being, maybe? You need people to treat you like a real person?
What did they want to be forgiven from? What good was having me, the embodiment...
Ooh, God, the embodiment of forgiveness. Wow.
What did they want to be forgiven from? What good was having me, the embodiment of forgiveness, by their side?
Okay, I just accidentally clicked the button and skipped that, so...
That reminds me of something that happened years ago. Maybe seeing Amethyst has stirred up all these memories.
Bird, you cannot shove your head under my headset. Please stop.
My past as Amethyst has had a profound effect on my life, for better or worse. But despite all that, I am where I am now thanks to all that. You never know what life has in store. It happened back when I attended a party in Japan. Many illustrious people from different industries gathered in the bustling, yet elegant venue.
We're going to go over, obviously, so...
I accompanied my patron at the time, who was a renowned global designer.
Oh, is this who I think it is? That's correct, this is the Amethyst. Well, his reputation certainly precedes him. It must be so lovely to have such a beautiful person all to yourself every day. Yes, he's truly exquisite. Just having him near me like this inspires me endlessly. You could even say he's my muse. Oh, a real goddess of art. He certainly is stunning. You're Shion, aren't you? Perhaps you could come to my place next. I'll never make you feel uncomfortable. I feel slightly uncomfortable with these conversations, but like... That's enough of that. After all, he's my partner now.
This kind of exchange happened every time I went out in public. That said, I didn't mind praise in itself, so I said nothing and just smiled. That's when...
What's all the fuss about?
Oh, Mr. Takamune. Of the Tojo family?
The man causing a stir was Spacey's grandfather, Takamune Tojo.
He's with you, is he?
Yes, I believe you know of him as well. He's the famous Leclerc model, Amethyst.
All right, the angel.
He directed his gaze to me, and in response, I smiled and opened my mouth to speak, just as I always did. I'm Shion Mayazumi. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I thought I had put on my best smile, but he sighed like he was bored.
Underwhelming.
What?
I beg your pardon. Certainly you can't mean Shion.
You heard me. If you want a pretty ornament, you're better off getting a doll that doesn't eat food. I don't see the appeal in having a person.
High five to Grandpa for being like, what the fuck? Why do you have a person as a pet, you weirdos? But like, also like, kind of want to be someone's pretty pet. I don't What? Heavens! Whatever did he mean by that? Mr. Takamune is a rather eccentric man. We can't hope to understand him. An eccentric man! Says all the people who like to keep people as pets and trade them around. Okay. Shion, don't worry about what he said. I'm sure he's just in a bad mood.
Why did he say that? And now I'm curious. I'll be right back.
What? Shion, where are you going? Okay, I'm gonna stop here, even though, like, I just, like, Sir! Takamune. Yes,
I beg your pardon,
Sir. The accent on Sir is so funny. Anyway, we'll stop here and we'll continue this, because it kind of faded out. I know we're still in the flashback, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.